you're looking to get into the real estate market or thinking about making a move this year here in Northern Colorado, there's many opportunities out there in the marketplace currently. And today I'm going to break down and look at the numbers. Hi, I'm Kevin Shoemaker. If this is your first time coming to the channel, each month we break down the market here in Northern Colorado, Fort Collins, Loveland, Greeley, and all of the surrounding communities, and really share with you the different data that you need to know in order to make a good, educated decision. Understanding, is the market going up? Is the market going down? Is it flat? Where are we at? What are the current opportunities, and what does that look like if I'm looking at buying a home or selling and then buying, or selling and moving out of the market? All of my contact information is below, so if you would like to hop on a call, love to chat with you. Without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at the numbers. So first, we look at the closed sales, and what I have here is a snapshot of looking at current so the completion of last month. So we're here the 1st of March now. We look at the completion of sales in the end of February, but we also go back and look at the same time frame in 2023, 2022, as well as 2021. And what you'll see is one thing that's the common theme, I share it a lot in our videos, is the seasonality curve. Typically, we hit our peak in sales volume mid-year, June, July, and then we also typically hit our peak as far as listing inventory, because that's when the weather's the nicest, easiest time to move, and so forth. So you'll see through the diagrams and the graphs, you'll see that the seasonality curves and the peaks. What you'll notice is total sales are still down in volume. If you look at compared to last year, this month last year, and going all the way back into 2021, you're going to see it's down. What you also will see, though, if you compare from January to February, there was definitely an uptick in closed sales. So looking at the Fort Collins market, one of our strongest markets, 184 sales, 165 in the Loveland area, and then we saw a peak in 219 in the Greeley market. Now, some of these different peaks, what you're going to also notice is from new construction. So when a development comes in, many a times there's the ramp up of new construction, and then there's obviously all of the sales and the solds. Other things happen is that sometimes these builders may be sitting on a lot of inventory. They get very aggressive with different rebates and incentives. And so if you're interested in new construction, let us know. We can obviously share with you the different rebates and incentives that are available on the new construction homes all over in Northern Colorado as well. So the next thing we look at after the closed transactions is the pending. So the close tell us, okay, what's the trend? What's happening? And then pending shows us what are people doing today? Because when we go under contract, usually it's going to be 30 to even 60 days before that home closes. Where pending is really the pulse. That's the heartbeat of the market and where we're at. So what you'll notice here when you look at, again, February was definitely an uptick for most of the markets, with the exception of Greeley. Greeley actually took a downward. We had a lot of uptick in closings, but we had a downward direction spike in the under contracts. Also looking at here in Fort Collins as well as Loveland, there again was the upward spike in under contracts. So again, a little fluctuation depending on inventory and what's out there. Again, the seasonality piece obviously has a big effect on us, as well as the weather. Now, again, I go back to seasonality curve. You can look at the seasonality curve of how it's affected us in 23, 22, and 21. Now, in certain markets, again, because of the influx of new construction and different things, sometimes it'll blend or take out and blur that seasonality curve. But again, you'll see your typical spring season, we're seeing the uptick in activity. Now, the next one that we'll look at is average sales price. This is always an interesting one, because obviously we have a lot of fluctuation. When we look at Fort Collins is always, in general, is going to lead the pack as far as the pace car in pricing. You'll see average sales price currently in Fort Collins is $659. What you'll also notice is that there was a downtick from last month in January down to what it was in so January is 659, and then we went to 589 in February. What that was again is there was a huge influx of new construction. So one of the primary sectors of the market has been affordable housing. Well, when in January, we've seen a spike in some of the large custom estate homes, which really skewed that market. But then with this surge of new inventory and new construction, more of the affordable sector, it sort of diluted that number down a little bit. So again, you're really hovering in that 600,000 mark as far as average sales price. You saw a spike in the Loveland average sales price. Again, some of those estate homes and high-end homes, and then as well as you see with Greeley's pretty steady Eddie with average sales price at 479 and Loveland at 582 this month as well. Going back through the year, you'll see that we haven't had, in general, the prices in all of northern Colorado have been rather steady. We anticipate that going forward, they're going to continue to be rather steady with a 3 to 5% increase is what we anticipate, and I'll share a little bit more of that with you here in the video. Now, the other thing we look at, and it's rather common, people are going, well, Kevin, if the market's a little flat, if it's a little stalled, what are people offering on the home? Well, here what you're going to see is the average list to sales price ratio. And what you'll see pretty consistently is that we're running anywhere from as low as 96 to as high as 97%. And that's from what it's listed for to what the seller is accepting. Now, you rewind back and looking at 22 as well as 21, people are getting over list price. So it's really a supply and demand. So if inventory is really low, a larger buyer pool, obviously that's where you get into the bidding wars. When you have more inventory, smaller buyer pool, then there's usually a little more negotiation. Rather common for the first quarter because you have those homes that were sitting on the market through the holidays, through the winter months, and those sellers are going to be maybe they're a little more motivated to sell. It's not as convenient to move during the winter months, so a lot of times there's more negotiation. Why we talk about opportunities is we believe there's an opportunity in the market currently today where the market is still a little flat. And so you still have a little bit of inventory, some of those homes that they need to sell, but they haven't sold. There's some negotiation room. Same thing with buyers, with builders. There's these builders, it takes about 12 months ramp up for many of the builders by the time they pull the permit and get the hole dug to get the home completed. So it's a ramp up time. So it's really hard for them to gauge or time the market. So when you have this lag, as far as we'll talk about rates in a second, but when you have this lag of anticipation of the market picking up, their inventory is done, time is money. So if they're sitting on that property, the clock is ticking on interest, so they're paying interest, and they would rather pass that on to the consumer, get that property off the books, go to the next one. So that's where we go back to the builder incentives, which we'll talk about. Now, days on market. Here's what you'll see, the average days on market now in 2023. This time last year, that was the spike. And we had high interest rates. So the average days on the market really increased. And again, first quarter tends to be a little higher anyway. And then we went into the spring and summer market. Days on market slowed down. We had, again, the seasonality curve. You'll see that days on market picked up. And now what we're going to see more than likely probably about May, June, we'll start to see the days on market go down again, and we're going to probably run about that 30 days or so average days on market. Today, we're running anywhere from 70, 72 in Fort Collins, 76 in Loveland, 85 in Greeley. So you'll see that probably get down in that 30 to 45 day average days on market as we get on into the summer months. And then current homes for sale. Now this shows our inventory. This is sort of, again, also market being the pendings, but this is sort of going forward, what's out there? What do we have to look at? And so here we have the current inventory. So again, we have inventory with builders is going to really fluctuate. So we have a lot of new construction coming into the northern part of Fort Collins. We have on the east side with Timnath, right on the east side of Fort Collins, a lot of new construction opportunities there, as well as a lot of new construction in the Windsor market on the south side of Loveland and the Berthoud area, as well as you have a couple of new developments in the Greeley market as well. So if you're looking at new construction, you're going to definitely see some waves of inventory there that are going to come on the market. So here we have 418 homes currently on the market in Fort Collins, 365 in Loveland, and 481 in Greeley. So an uptick, a little bit of an uptick compared to what it was this time last month. But also you can see that when you compare back to 2021, where we had really low inventory because the market was moving so quickly. So if you're looking for new construction, there's definitely a lot of opportunities. We're seeing a lot of the builders, especially right now, are buying interest rates down. So we're seeing interest rates bought down anywhere in that 5 to low 4 range. We're also seeing many of the builders are picking up closing costs. So 3% closing costs. We're also seeing a couple of our larger builders, they're dropping prices anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 as well, giving you the ability to also negotiate and on some different options potentially that you maybe want to upgrade. So if you're looking at the new construction market, plenty of opportunities there. We also have a link in the description if you like to download a list of all of the different incentives that are out there for that the current builders are offering in Northern Colorado. Definitely go ahead and click that link and get a copy of that as well. We're here to help you. We're here to advise you on what the timing is. If you're looking at putting your home on the market and then making a new purchase, what's that best timing look like for you? How do you time it in the move? There's a lot of different programs out there. We know that rates are going to be coming down, but what we also know is as rates come down, a larger pool of buyers will be coming into the marketplace. When that larger pool of buyer comes into the marketplace, we're going to see inventory go down, demand go up. That's when you start to see a smaller spread as far as the average list to sales price ratio and potentially multiple offers, which we anticipate may happen latter part of the year, like in July, August, September. So again, timing is everything. One of our preferred lenders is actually offering a program where if you buy now and let's say your interest rate's in the mid 6s, within the next 2 years, when the interest rates drop, when they drop, you have the ability to refinance at a nominal fee and take that lower interest rate. So that lower interest rate could save you $300, $400, $500 a month. So again, take advantage of the pricing now and then get the benefits of the lower interest rate later. So a lot of great options. Again, Kevin Shoemaker with eXp. My team's always here to help you and get you from point A to point B, seamless transition, specializing in homes all over in Northern Colorado. So we appreciate you watching the channel. Make sure to check out some of our new videos on our NoCo home tours and check out some of the different inventory coming up and some of the new construction opportunities. And until then, we'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications when the next video comes out. Make sure you like the channel and make sure you drop in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see in new and more information on Northern Colorado real estate market.